On my birthday, the dining table was loaded with all my favorites. My mom had been cooking and baking the entire afternoon, insisting everything be perfect for when Mike got home from work so we could celebrate together. But then, he called and said his first love had been drugged at a bar, and he had to go help her. I stopped him and begged him not to go. Mike snapped at me. Jesus, don't pull this jealous wife crap. She's alone, defenseless, and unconscious. I can't let some random dude take advantage of her. My mother heard those words and was so enraged that she had a heart attack. She died on the spot. Just like that, my mom died on my birthday. I called Mike, asking him to attend my mom's funeral. But before he could reply, I saw Kathy Miller's latest Instagram post, captioned, "Mikey, after all these years, it was always you." Mike had liked it. My thumb moved before my brain caught up, typing out the only words that mattered: a homewrecker and a lying bastard. Hope you rot together. Kathy Miller deleted her Instagram post not long after. I let out a cold laugh and sent Mike Tyler a message. Let me know when you're free so we can get a divorce. He didn't reply. I handled my mom's funeral alone. 3 days later, at the crematorium, the staff placed a small urn of ashes into my hands. It was only then that Mike finally called. "What the hell do you mean by this?" he demanded. My voice was calm. Exactly what it sounds like. He let out a tired sigh. "It was just a birthday. Stop making a scene. Wait at home, I'll be back soon." I had just returned with my mom's ashes when Mike walked through the door. The marks on his neck were fresh, Kathy's kisses still clinging to his skin. How obvious. It must have been intense. My mom had died from sheer fury, and while I was arranging her funeral, Mike had been in bed with another woman. He hadn't even bothered to show up. How disgusting. Noticing my gaze locked onto his neck, he quickly pulled up his collar to hide the marks, then tipped his chin at me. "Relax, we didn't go all the way. I'm hungry. Make me something." I didn't move. His brows furrowed. "Jess, did you hear me? I said I'm hungry." My face remained expressionless. "And what does that have to do with me? Go ask Kathy." Mike chuckled, shaking his head. "Why are you so jealous? I told you, nothing happened. I still belong to you. Come on, go make me something to eat." I pointed to the bedroom door, where 2 suitcases sat neatly packed. They contained every last trace of him from this house. "See that? I already packed everything for you. Get out." He stared at me, his face darkening as he realized I wasn't joking. "Jess, I've explained everything. What else do you want?" I ignored him. Trying to keep his patience, he spoke again. "You know Kathy is naive. If I hadn't gone, she could have been taken advantage of by those men. You're a woman too, you know how important purity is. I only went because I felt sorry for her." I let out a laugh, sharp and uncontrollable. This was the first time I'd seen someone justify their cheating so righteously. When I finally stopped laughing, I looked him in the eye. "You felt sorry for her? And what about me, Mike? Did you ever stop to think about how I felt? Do you even know Mom? Your mom." Again, he cut me off impatiently. "Is she all you ever talk about? Jess, don't push your luck. I already married you. What more do you want?" I swallowed back the words stuck in my throat. My voice was steady when I spoke again. "I want a divorce." His eyes widened. "No way. Don't even think about it." He opened his mouth to argue further, but his phone rang. The moment he saw the caller ID, his entire expression softened. I only needed one glance to know it was Kathy. Only in front of her did he ever show this kind of tenderness. With me, he was always distant, always looking down on me. The only time he softened was when he needed something. Without hesitation, he stepped into the bedroom to take the call. 30 minutes later, he emerged and was about to leave again. He spared me a glance. "Jess, take some time to reflect on your behavior. Kathy's sick, I'm going to take care of her. When I come back, I hope you've figured out where you went wrong." The door slammed shut behind him. A cold laugh slipped from my lips. He cheated on me, drove my mom to her death, and now I was the one who needed to reflect? What a joke. I stood up, grabbed the suitcases by the door, and tossed them straight into the dumpster. "Mike, I won't compromise anymore." Mike kept his word. He hadn't come home in a week. It was as if he had forgotten my existence. Meanwhile, Kathy's Instagram was constantly updated, each post a deliberate display of her life with Mike, photos scattered across the timeline, desperate to be seen. I ignored them. Instead, I blocked her. The only reason I had ever added her in the first place was because, 3 years ago, Mike had worked late one night and still wasn't home by 2 in the morning. His phone was off. Panic gripped me. I called every mutual friend we had, my fingers shaking as I dialed, my stomach twisting with dread. Finally, someone hesitantly admitted they had seen him at the airport, his arms around his ex. And then, they sent me Kathy's contact information. The first message I sent her was short. "Jess, is Mike with you?" "Kathy, yes." The moment I read her reply, the panic inside me evaporated. In its place, a quiet, crushing ache settled deep in my heart. I had spent years swallowing my pride, making compromises, all to keep Mike by my side. But we had both forgotten one thing: marriage doesn't have room for 3 people. Then came my birthday. I had originally planned to sit down with him and talk things through. Now, I no longer saw the point. After blocking Kathy, I went to City Hall to sort out the last of my mom's affairs. When I got home, a pair of unfamiliar high heels sat by the front door. Kathy was here. I stepped inside and found them curled up on the couch, sharing an ice cream. Their faces were close, too close. When they licked it at the same time, Kathy laughed, her eyes crinkling with amusement. Mike leaned in to kiss her. Rage flooded my veins, a violent, uncontainable surge. What the hell do you think you're doing? I snapped. Mike stiffened. Slowly, he turned to look at me. For a moment, I saw a flicker of guilt in his expression. Then, just as quickly, he masked it with feigned composure. You're home, he said, like this was any other day. Where did you go? Before I could answer, Kathy spoke up. Jess, were you out looking for Mikey? She asked, her voice light, almost teasing. Don't worry, we didn't do anything. Her words shifted something in Mike's demeanor. His gaze swept over me, laced with disdain. I told you to stay home, he muttered. Why are you running around? And dressed like that? You look like a mess. I glanced down at my outfit. Funny, he was the one who had picked out these clothes for me. I could still hear his voice from that day. Jess, this looks good on you. Now, he found it embarrassing. Right. Compared to the designer labels draped over Kathy, I must have been an eyesore. I let out a short, bitter laugh. What's wrong? I asked. Afraid I'm getting in the way of your little date? Mike sighed, rubbing his temples. You're overthinking things. I'm just taking care of her, that's all. Kathy suddenly started coughing, her frail body trembling with each breath. That's right, she gasped between coughs. If I hadn't gotten pneumonia from being drugged, I wouldn't have troubled Mikey at all. Mike's expression softened immediately. He poured her a glass of water, his voice gentle. Drink slowly. I already prepared your medicine that should help. As Kathy took a sip, she turned her gaze to me, her eyes full of carefully crafted innocence. I'll be okay, Mikey, she said. Jess seems upset. You should go comfort her. Mike scoffed. Don't be ridiculous, he told her. I already took time off work. I'll be here to take care of you. Once he finished fussing over her, he finally turned back to me, his patience wearing thin. Well, he said, why are you just standing there? Go clean up the guest room. Kathy will be staying here for a while. I started shaking. My entire body trembled with fury, my fingers curling into fists. Are you serious? My voice came out strangled, unable to contain the sheer rage bubbling beneath it. Cheating on me behind my back wasn't enough? You want to do it in front of me now? Mike hesitated, frowning. She's still recovering. Our place is closer to the hospital. It makes sense for her to stay here. I let out a sharp, humorless laugh. Then, I reached into my bag and pulled out a document. Why go through all this trouble? I asked, holding it up. Sign this. I'll leave. Then you and Kathy can have all the space you want.